Winston, are you ready to go backpacking? You ready? How about you, Bear? Ready? Let's go. Yep. We're on the march. How you doing back there, Rachel?
Good.
Look at that. It's as bad as when we went camping, George. You gotta wait for it to warm up and then you can push it. Did you? You coming? Okay. All right, homeward bound. I think we're gonna try tomorrow up in Duluth. Duluth gets colder. Sometimes they have better freezes or freeze early, and usually the bugs are better. They definitely weren't this earlier this year, but most of the time they are. We'll take our stuff up there. We'll get an early start, and even if the bugs are too bad, we'll still do a little hike. And I think the wife likes to shop a little more than she likes to backpack anyway. That's just the gnats. I don't know if they're coming up on the screen or not, but that's just the gnats. When you get in the woods, the mosquitoes are there. Yeah, I can't wait till it freezes. Okay guys, day number 2 of us trying to do a backpacking trip. The first one for my wife. We just drove 2 hours through traffic, some pretty good traffic, to get to this spot. I've never seen anybody parked at one of these trailhead parking things before, maybe one car. Check this out. Plan C coming up. So Rachel, we finally got to go backpacking. How far did we backpack for this site, Rachel?
2 blocks.
Wow, is that kind of your speed?
It was perfect, but we did try the Superior Hiking Trail and too many people are on it today.
I think the dogs need a longer walk than 2 blocks.
I think they do too.
And you know what's really cool is we get to buy our firewood instead of collecting it because we're in a state park. There's some tinder for you. Can't tell, is that chaga? Can't tell. Way up there. Be nice if the road wasn't so close, but whatever. Lake Superior. End of the trail?
Yep, end of the trail.
Split Rock Lighthouse. We got the fire a little high for you to be cooking, but as long as you stay far enough away from it, it should be fine. How do you like that bannock so far?
It's very good.
Big liar. It's really plain, and it needs like some honey,
jelly.
yeah, or jelly or something on it, but it's good. And
I appreciate it.
yeah, the maple sapling that we harvested for this too is actually imparting some flavor to it. Just a little tree flavor, not bad, but and then it is a little bit black just because I stuck it right in the middle of the fire, you know, carefully and stuff, but I wanted to harden the outside crust so it doesn't drip off and stuff like that off the end of the stick. But if she keeps it right there to the side and keeps rotating it and stuff, that'll work pretty good. We already had some. It had a nice crust on the outside and just slightly moist on the inside. It was actually pretty decent, considering it had no flavor. I mean, no, you know, additive honey or jelly or anything like that. Okay, we're gonna have a little of Travis Henry's recipe for some backpacking food. Survive without. Travis, I mixed some of this stuff up, like you said. I can't remember what it was, so you guys better check out Travis's video. But I know there's some stuff, it's called rice sides or something, I think, in there. Then there's some pasta and some lentil beans. I know I've tried this before, and the lentil beans need some definite time to soften up. So I had the water on, it was boiling. I'm just going to let this stuff sit right next to the fire there for 10 or 15 minutes and then maybe boil it a second or two, but I want these lentil beans to really soften up. Okay guys, pay no attention to the screaming little brat kids in the background. You know, this is camping in Minnesota, man. I'm used to out west where you can just go out into BLM land or whatever, traipse wherever and camp. Here, they are super regulated and stuff. But anyway, when we walked up to this campsite, I saw this box here, and I pretty much knew immediately what it was. But those of you not in bear country might not know what it is. This is a food locker. It's you put your food in there, and hopefully the black bears can't get in there and get it, and hopefully they'll lose interest and leave. The only funny thing about this to me, and you know, they can only do what they can do. But anyway, the funny part about it is, there's our camp, there's our tent. You really should have this about 100 yards away from your camp, but whatever. Anyway, I'm not sure how many people who visit these sites actually know what these are, because when I opened it up, there's a lot of stuff in here. Some of the stuff I brought and just messing around with, but a lot, and bought also, because you're not allowed to collect any firewood around here. So at any state park, so you got to buy or some of the state parks anyway, you got to buy your stupid wood. So when I opened it up, there was some actual wood in here, and of course all this paper and stuff in here too for folks, I guess, to start their fires with. But you totally know it's, you know, it gives you a clue what it is right there. So, but I guess it is a good spot to keep your wood dry too. We'll be keeping our food in here covered up because I don't want the mouses to get in there and stuff. We got a little chipmunk kind of terrorizing the dogs too. Anyway, I'm gonna leave a little something in here, nothing big, but I'm gonna put my name on it and say that I'm on YouTube and stuff like that. And if anybody ever finds it, comment on this video. I'd really like to know if you ever found this. I'll show you what it is later on. So I made the bow drill set out of a piece of wood that came in the stuff that we're supposed to buy. I have yet to find wood that you buy at a state park that was actually dry. You can always hear it hissing and bubbling, and it's just, I think they kiln dry it or something, but it's never dry. We'll dry it out here. I'll probably do another notch, and that's what I'm going to leave in the bear bait thing. Or not bear bait, but the bear locker. And do another notch, make it look a little bit better. I saved all my dust. I'm going to make a fire out of it to make sure that the set works before I leave it. I'm probably even going to leave the bow. It's just a little bit of bank line in the bow. I'll probably leave that too. I'm not leaving my antler bearing block though. They can figure out their own stuff. One other thing that was kind of different is I was kind of walking around here, and this is just laying there, just like that. That's some sort of axe. Doesn't have a name on it. It's dull as hell. My wife convinced me to leave it because I guess I don't need another axe. So we'll let somebody who needs it a little bit more than me pick it up. It's not hurting anything sitting there. Oh yeah, and he's loving camping. Hey Winston, you like camping? I just got the paw. The paw with the middle toe is what I just got. You alright, man? He is such a wussy. Gosh, what a wussy. Okay, so here we have Mr. Tough Guy Jack Russell Winston trying to get out of the tent because he's a wussy. Because Dad wants to stay up a little bit. Because Mom went to bed at, we're not going to say what time, but it's a little bit early. She's a little bit tired, but that's okay. I'm tired too, but I like to stay up on my weekends. But this little guy, I mean, really, man? Can't you man up a little bit? You're all tough during the daytime, and at night you're like a little wussy. She's doing pretty good. She's been backpacking before. She knows what it's all about. And she's not used to having a blanket packed for her, which Rachel packed for her, but she just kind of scooted out of the way, and she's gonna just sleep on my pillow. So that's how she rolls. So I just thought it was kind of funny that Mr. Tough Guy here is wussing out. Okay, well, when I leave this set here, I'm going to cut this ugly looking one off of there so people don't mistakenly try to do one like that. I had made the notch too close to the edge, and sometimes you can force it and make it work, but not when the wood's wet. And as you can see by the grate marks, I think I showed this last night, I put this on the grate of the fire to dry it out, and now it's not the greatest. It's really taking its time to try to coal up, but this notch is a lot better. I'll saw it off right there and maybe leave one of my cards or something, because I don't think I have a pen. So anyway, I think that's kind of neat. Man, is that really taking a long time to coal up. I think it's birch, I'm not sure. It's a little bit harder wood than I'm used to. Birch will work, but not when it's wet. Okay, so that's how I left it. Hopefully I don't get some stock or something with my personal information on there. Here we go.